Kidnapped, walking the scene with you in old flicks from the 90s. So keen, the VHS Club, they're the talk of the town. Breaking it down, spreading nostalgia all around. Moving and grooving to the synth-pop sound. Their insight so fresh, painting pictures profound. From Pulp Fiction to Clueless, they know it all. The genuine love for movies stands tall. Unfolding memories on that VHS screen, talking about classics like you've never seen. Katie with her charm, Matt with that wit. Together they make the VHS Club legit.
Welcome back to the VHS Club. Happy Thursday. Happy Throwback Thursday. We are really excited for tonight's episode because it's John Hughes month, sort of. We've been doing mostly John Hughes movies, but also some fun other things. But we have Tater on the show with us again tonight, and we're talking all about the movie Some Kinda Wonderful, which is a great follow-up to our Pretty in Pink episode. So we're gonna have feelings tonight. We're gonna do a little Pretty in Pink versus Some Kind of Wonderful. We're going to talk all about John Hughes. We're going to convince Josh to watch this one. It's going to be a blast. But first off, welcome back to the show, Tater. How's it going?
It's going awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to do this film because I love it. I love it, love it, love it.
Well, as you brilliantly stated right before we jumped on, this is why you have your nickname. This movie has tater tots in it. So we really should have started with this one. We failed completely, and now we're fixing that problem.
Didn't think it through.
It was perfect that it came around in this way because I didn't know you when you started.
Yeah, full circle. We have Tater on. This movie absolutely is for the tater tots. So Josh, you need to grab a copy of this one if you haven't had time yet. Now is the time to dive in.
It's a great film, a great soundtrack. Yeah. I love it.
Well,
saw it in the theater.
You saw it in the theater. All right. I actually don't think I was saying to Nat before we jumped on, I definitely saw it.
I've made you watch this.
Yeah, I've definitely seen this probably a few times, but it's been a while since I've seen it, and I've been such a Pretty in Pink fan that I feel like my initial viewings of this one were very much like, well, it's good, but it's not as good as Pretty in Pink. And then tonight I was like, this movie is better than Pretty in Pink. I had very different feelings in rewatching this back to back with Pretty in Pink. So I'm excited to jump in. But before we get too into it, Nat, what is this movie about?
It is Pretty in Pink, but Ducky gets the girl, except the girl is a guy and Ducky's a girl. That's what you're getting, guys. That's it.
All right. Tater, what is this movie about?
No, she said it. That's exactly right. When I figure out what she said that means, but no, it is. It is a love story, a role reversal from Pretty in Pink because they didn't like the way it ended.
Yep.
And yeah, Ducky gets the girl in this one. So.
Yeah, Ducky gets the girl in this
funny.
one. Ducky in this one is named Watts. Is very much the tomboy, only she is stunningly beautiful and an incredibly capable drummer. And I feel like John Hughes corrected everything that he didn't love wasn't allowed to do in Pretty in Pink in this one. He also wrote this one in 3 days. So this is another John Hughes done experience, which is just impressive all the way across. And yeah, I would say my only initial, not disappointment in this, I'd still find in Pretty in Pink, I felt like Blaine's character was very flat and very beige. And in this one, I feel like Keith, who is the Molly Ringwald lead guy, is a little bit flat in this one. But Watts is so fantastic. And even Amanda, who's like the hot, popular, not rich girl, is also incredible. Like, I almost feel like Keith has a hard time keeping up with everyone else in the movie.
And the bully, which is
Party. Right.
Yeah,
Montreal
Duncan,
own.
yeah.
It's Montreal's own Elias Koteas. He's a Montreal actor, so we love him here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, he's awesome. I mean, he's a great villain. He was perfect for that role. So much so that in A River Runs Through It, where he's in Brad Pitt, I mean, that's a lot of handsome in
That's a
that
lot of
family
handsome.
there. It was really hard for me to like him in that role because I was still mad at him from Some Kind of Wonderful.
Well,
And that was like 15 years later.
he's kind of, I mean, he is Some Kind of Wonderful in this movie because he starts off as the bad guy, but there's really only like a brief moment
Not
of
the douchebag boyfriend to correct, but the
Yes.
the actual
Oh.
like shaved head bully.
the shaved head bully.
Oh, Duncan.
Yes.
Duncan.
Duncan.
Sorry, I was like,
oh,
I just
love
made-
Duncan.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Duncan.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, the boyfriend stays pretty assholey all the way through. Let's just be clear on,
Right.
on that one. But I
Those,
do love
those
the
were a
character.
gift from your wife.
I love when they're in detention and they're comparing art and he just rips the
Rips
top of
the
his
desk
desk
off.
off because
Yeah.
he was carving into it to show Keith.
Most my girlfriend would look like without skin.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Every line he has in that movie could be on a T-shirt. It's all
they
classic.
Really, they really should be. If they're not already, they absolutely should be. And I just love that he goes from like, it's literally a maybe 5 minutes or less where he is a jerk and is like the bully, quote unquote, in the movie.
And then he's endearing.
And then he completely switches around and becomes just totally endearing. And I don't know. There's something, again, like special about this one because there are so few bad guys in this. Like the boyfriend is really the only like jerk character in this. I guess some of the friends are pretty awful as well. But
Yeah, but her one friend, what was her name?
Shay or Shane.
Shane?
Yeah,
I was
think
like,
it's Shane.
boy's name, not Bob.
Right.
Not Bob.
Shane, like the cowboy.
Mhm.
She did pull like that sort of, well, you're not one of the rich kids and you're not dating one of the rich kids anymore, so I'm done with you. But then she comes around after. She does sort of have a redeeming moment. So yeah, it was just the boyfriend who got put in his place later.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, he was really the only villain.
Well, Paul
And I
is
like
saying
that-
that he
I
saw
like
it in the
that it-
theater, so he's like you, Tater. He remembers
There you go.
back when. Go ahead. You like?
I like that Eric Stoltz kind of gives him the Princess Bride. No, your ears I'll leave so that there's nothing I can do to you, and leaves him standing there, which is an awesome scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Because I feel like even though I was not an arty kid, I was didn't have a lot of friends kid, so always identified with Eric Stoltz in that movie. And you're right, some of his acting I thought was pretty good. I liked him in that. I thought when the scene with him and his dad was really real.
The
right?
scene with him and his dad. The second.
Except for the dad being like, cool, you just spent your tuition money.
Yeah.
Like you said you have a very good reason for it, which let's be honest,
which he does
did
not. Yeah, which he does
Right.
not.
Thanks, Clifford.
Yeah.
It's like he put this one douchebag high school kid in his place for 5 minutes?
Right.
That's not worth like a year's tuition.
I
at an
know.
It was for everybody.
American college.
Brutal. Yeah, it was for everyone. Yeah, I agree with you that I think if you look at Keith like throughout the movie, for the first beginning of it, he is more kind of boring to me or a little bit flat. But yeah, I definitely agree. And like the second half of it, he really comes into his own. And I love the father. I love like how, I don't know, it's a quirky, like fun family, but you can tell that they really like care deeply about each other. I absolutely so I love the dad. I love the sister. I love how like iconically younger sister she is. She reminds me a little bit of the younger sister in Girls Just Want to Have Fun, where it's like she's just like in the way and obnoxious, but comes into her own. And I thought she did a really fantastic job.
She has her
all the way
brother's
through.
back when it counts, even though it's her life's
Right.
mission to ruin his life. She does have his back when it really counts.
Yeah, she
Well,
absolutely has it.
And when she comes in the end and she tells them it's a joke and they're coming after him and she says, I'm sorry about everything. Like it really was a quick, almost throwaway scene that it resonated with me. I mean, I really felt like she was sorry for everything, that she really, like you're saying, they really cared about each other, even though, you know,
And that was
my
such
brother,
a
the human
sibling,
tater tot.
like
Yeah.
such a brother-sister kind of conversation too. It's like, she's like, no, this is true. I'm not making it up. Okay, Pete, that's the whole conversation.
Right.
That's how siblings at that age say I love you.
Yeah, she's like, no, I heard it. That's
right.
I ran all the way back from the mall and I heard it. Yeah, no, I think I think that moment, you're right, moves a little bit fast, and I do think at the final like realization that he's been in love with his best friend all the way through also comes a little bit fast at the end. I sort of wish that had a little bit more space, but I get it.
So-
Like,
I mean, he got it when she kissed him. He just didn't consciously
Which
catch up to that.
yeah.
I think that's one of the sexiest scenes in
Yeah.
any movie ever. Like I would
Absolutely.
put that in top 10 all-time movie kisses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and I'm a little biased because I have a huge Mary Stuart Masterson crush,
She's
but
incredible. Yeah.
and she's and just an amazing actress. But even in this, though, she thought she was kind of screwing it up because I didn't notice, and I saw something as I was looking around at stuff, that she uses about 9 different accents for no reason as she's walking by. She just says things with weird accents, and I didn't notice it at first. I'm like, oh yeah, you kind of did, didn't you? But that
That's funny. I
scene
don't
is
know if I noticed
incredible.
that. I'll have to
And
go
I
back
think
and
the
look.
movie was like really well directed.
Yeah.
Like that scene at the breakfast table, and when he's smirking because he's got this date.
Yeah.
I just think that told a lot of story without a lot of words, and I think Eric Stoltz did a good job, and I think the director did a good job, and they did that. But in cutting it, like there's that scene where they go to the club at night, and she says, I don't want to spend any more time. It's a really powerful scene that doesn't make any sense. It's really out of order.
Oh no,
in the
it
movie.
does. It does for a girl. From a girl's perspective, that
Okay.
scene made sense. It's just I thought obviously
It should have come
he
later,
didn't
though, right?
Get it though. No, I don't
Right.
think so. I think
No?
like I was like that's what I would have done. 100%. I totally identified with that. I'm like, she's trying to cut it off before it gets, like she's cutting it off before he really falls for Amanda because she doesn't want to be there for that. She doesn't want to get hurt. So she's distancing herself at the beginning. Just
Yeah,
so she
that
doesn't
feels-
have to witness him going out with
Gotcha.
Amanda. But then later she's like, well, he's my best friend. And if that's the only way I could have him in my life, then I'm going to be there for him anyways, even though I want to throw up. That's what I
Right.
got. But that girls I texted Katie when I was watching it earlier and I'm like, so Watts is in love with her male best friend, right? And she pulls this whole like, oh, like you're gonna kiss Amanda and Amanda's experience if you never kissed anybody before. I know this because I'm your best friend. She's like, well, I was gonna help you practice. I'm like, see, girls are not only functioning in like a different at a different pace than boys, but like girls are in a different realm. Like she
Yeah,
knew
That's definitely
that this
3D
could work.
chess. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 3D chess. Even the
I'm like, if Ducky was a girl, he would have got Andy.
yeah, if
No
Ducky was
Right.
a girl, he would have gotten Andy. Yeah, I agree with that. I also love the moment where, because I think it's absolutely like this is what I would have done if I was in her position in high school, where she like gets the other guy that like is totally like
Oh, yeah.
in love with her and just is just like just sit straight and look at me and look into me and like I like the whole scene and how she plays that is so wonderfully passive aggressive and entirely
It's
what a
so
teenage
girl.
girl would do. Like you're in this position where you're just like, I would love for you to notice me. You're absolutely not noticing me, so I'm going to do everything
Yeah.
I can to make myself less available, but also very like I will position myself exactly where you're going to be, and I'm going to make it very obnoxious for you. And he just doesn't register it at all, which is
No, and
so
she was
accurate.
so flirty and
She's
perfect in that.
so
Like she was
perfect in that.
so.
Yeah.
I'm like dying to crawl through the screen and
Yeah.
just get out of the way. You know.
Chapstick, the cherry chapstick.
Yeah, the cherry chapstick.
I find that scene especially, it really describes like teenage boys and teenage girls. Like
Yeah.
it depicts them so straight teenage boys and straight teenage girls perfectly.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
it shows like he's one track mind. Like he's like, I want the it girl in school. I want the popular girl. And that's all he can see. And like nothing would throw him off that path, no matter what, until he almost got the shit kicked out of him and he sees how stressed out his best friend is. And then he's like, oh no, the kiss. Like that meant something to me too.
We're so stupid. Like
Yeah.
we have no idea who likes us and who doesn't.
Yeah.
None. We are absolute morons. I mean, and we might like somebody and not realize they like us.
Yeah.
And that's what's funny, because like you said, the whole like the scene in the club where she essentially breaks up with him and they've never gone out. Like she best friend broke up with him. And he didn't get it. Like she literally said everything except for it's because I'm in love with you in that scene. And he still didn't get it. I'm like, oh boys.
Which I think actually honestly, I think
Which is so cute.
gender reversal in this one compared to Pretty in Pink makes this one work, because there is something almost like a little bit like the character of Ducky like Andy is very aware that Ducky is obsessed with her and like loves her, and she's just kind of like, ugh, I don't think about you that way. And like that could have still worked out. Like John Hughes could have written it the way that John Hughes wanted to, and it would have been brilliant because he's brilliant. But I don't think it would have been as good as this one, because in this one it's less like, I don't know, less I don't want to use the word it's not that it's creepy. I don't think that Ducky is creepy.
She gives him the space. Like she sees that it's not reciprocated, so she gives him the distance and the space to do what he needs to do. She still hopes.
Yeah, he
like,
hasn't shut her
Right.
down. He just doesn't. He has not even thought about her at all.
No.
And she's very kind of sort of like clever and quiet about it. And she's still a really like good friend and dedicated much earlier on than Ducky is. Like it takes Ducky all the way to the very end of the movie before he is like, okay, like you win, and you know you can be with this other guy, and I'll support you in that and be your friend all the way through. Whereas this one, like she as you said, she like friend breaks up with him, and then she's like, ah shit, I've got to go back and like actually help this guy get the girl because he's never going to be able to do it without me. And so she sort of puts herself in a really like awkward position that she doesn't want to be
She
in
still had
because she's
hope,
such a good
though.
friend. Yeah, and
Right.
hope. Yeah,
But
she
she's-
says
Like
something.
she did want the earrings.
Right.
Which she should.
It's
want
such
the
a great
earrings.
line.
That's his
When-
whole college
when he says-
savings. It's my
You knew you
future.
were getting these, right?
Yeah.
Like I love that line that when he finally wakes up, he knows everything now. Now he's completely omniscient.
Yeah.
Oh, you
He's
knew
totally
this. You
figured
knew
it
you were
out.
getting these. It's
And in the end,
Which ends with-
in the end, it almost feels like, again, better, because it feels like this storyline is very much, he thinks he wants the popular girl, but really he just wants to be accepted for who he is, and he wants people to like listen to what he wants out of it. Like he wants his dad to listen and respect his decisions. He wants to he wants to be included in the school environment. He wants to be seen, right? And so like it actually isn't about Amanda at all. It's about this. That's what he's spending his money on. That's what he's doing all the way through, which then makes it better when he's just like, actually and Amanda never really like she kind of has like the worst possible situation. Like I was putting myself in her shoes. There's this guy who's like literally spent hundreds of dollars on these like diamond earrings. She's not wealthy herself. Like she's already in kind of this awkward place as well. Like she doesn't come from that world. She's sort of awkwardly in it, and she's trying to be a nice person and like somewhat failing at it. And then here's this guy who's like doing everything for her, but it's not really for her. Like that would be the hardest
for the idea of her.
For the idea of her. And that would be the hardest. She's actually like a really admirable character because she calls him out on it, and she figures it out pretty quickly, and yet isn't a jerk to him where she could have been. She could have been like, she could have flipped out a little more.
Yeah, and it gave her a lot of depth, right? Because you can see her struggle through the movie. Like, she's still doing it. So she's got her own thing, you know, that's not great, but you can see how it's twisting and turning on her as well, you know, and then look, we all in high school, we all just wanted to be cool and popular, right? I mean, whether you did or didn't or did, right?
Yep.
And would I've given up college? Yeah, I would have done that. I would have done exactly what he did just to prove a point. I mean, I really think I would have, you know, especially when you really extrapolate it out that it's this rich versus poor class system that we all kind of felt, but it's not exactly real. You know, I didn't dress like that in high school. I didn't wear coats to school, and I did have that flock of seagull hair though that kind of went down over one eye.
Amazing.
Well, we were joking.
I should have brought some pictures.
I have to ask you this question. So I had every episode I have ChatGPT like put together an outline so I don't miss anything important, and then we never end up really following it at all. But this week it thought that you would have very strong opinions about this. It literally says Sean will have opinions about this, and so I need to ask you. Watts was apparently originally going to be played by Madonna. And I guess Madonna ended up passing, or it fell through, and Mary Stuart Masterson got the role. And then in brackets, ChatGPT wrote, "Thank goodness," all in caps. And people agree that the film would not have worked without her. And then ChatGPT believes strongly that you would have very strong opinions about this, which it sounds like you do. So ChatGPT for the win here.
Yeah. I don't want my you know, AI overlord to know too much, but it's right this one time.
It is right this one.
Because Madonna would have been. First of all, she's not a great actress, and I love Madonna. Like I would think she's great. I think she's awesome, but she's not a great actress.
Really good ones in the 80s, though.
She had a couple.
Yeah, she did some stuff.
And Cookie, and but I think she would have been just a bit too old even for this one. Like
maybe
because she played older characters already at that point.
And Mary Stuart Masterson kind of fell into it, right, with her mom.
Yeah.
Like her mom was the mom from 16 Candles, right? And I think said, hey, you should take a look at my daughter. And it kind of popped in.
Yeah, they had a really hard time.
But yes.
So they had a hard time
thank God.
casting this movie.
Right.
So as you said at the beginning, this movie was like, honestly, like a complete redemption for Pretty in Pink. So John Hughes was like, no, we're going to redo this. So he wrote it in 3 days. And he wanted Molly Ringwald to play Watts originally because he just loves Molly Ringwald, or loved Molly Ringwald. And she said no. She thought she was too old for it, which I agree. She probably would have been at that point. And it would have been, I think, weird. Like it would have made like a weird situation. Like I'm glad it was a different cast. But
it's hard to go back, right?
Yeah.
Like it's hard because you see it now. It's hard to think, okay, and you know, I mean, would Tom Selleck have been a good Indiana Jones? I love Tom Selleck, but can you see anyone else in that hat? I can't. So again, I'm a little biased on Mary Stuart Masterson because she's on my list of 5 people I could cheat on my wife with, you know, that kind of thing.
Good choice.
I mean, she's never going to ask me out, but I just think she's incredible. I mean, Fried Green Tomatoes, she was so good. I mean, she's just
that movie.
She's so incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently they also had a really, really hard time casting Amanda Jones, who ended up being played by Leah Thompson, who apparently married the director later. I don't know if she's still married to him, but I thought that was...
Yes, they are. They're still married and they have 2 kids.
Awesome. That is
her daughter's a good actor too.
She
a lot like her mom. She has her mom's charm.
She really does a really beautiful job with this. And it's funny, like I almost never, I often don't remember like how famous she is. Like I see her in things, I was like, oh right, but she's in a lot of stuff, and she's always been
She was
huge. Yeah,
she had her
when
own
she and
show
Eric Stoltz, right? She and Eric Stoltz had worked together on Back to the Future.
Yeah,
because originally. Right. So she knew him and liked him. So they worked well, even though her husband didn't work well with him.
Oh, interesting.
Like the director did not like Eric Stoltz.
Oh.
Like they did not get along. And I think Eric Stoltz is a character actor. So he's one of those guys that's really like he's in the role the whole time. And there was a lot of tension on the set for that.
Oh, yes.
That would be really hard to work
There's
with.
been some recent discourse about, or I should say discussion about
character acting.
Method acting,
that's what it's called.
and how it's mostly only ever men that do it, and how it's like, but it's never in a role of a likable person. It's always like a complex, conflicted person. It's like, and how some female actors have been coming out recently saying like, imagine I went home and was living like this for like 3 to 6 months as a total asshole. Like it would not be
Right.
It would not
acceptable
fly.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
But then you have like
Okay.
Joaquin Phoenix, who's like, you know, does drug for years so he could play Johnny Cash or whatever. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Or a single white female, like if she came home and was that roommate for 6 months, that would not be
The
fun.
roommates would be
Imagine.
like, we're all done. we're
Like,
all done.
all of
now.
my pets are dead.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dear
Well,
God.
apparently John Hughes saw Eric Stoltz as the anti-brat pack leading man, someone who is sensitive without seeming weak, which I actually I think he pulled off. Like
Yeah.
he did come across as being, he had like a good, I guess for lack of a better word, like a good redemption arc. Like he started, he started off as kind of this like weaker character and then comes into his own, but at no point, like he knows who he is like all the way through, which is, but without, you're right. I don't think without seeming weak on anything. So
Well, and I had a buddy, Gary Allen, who was a lot like him. Like he was an artist, very quiet, very shy. So to me, I could see it if it resonated with me again because I knew somebody who was just like him.
Yeah.
Right. Like that didn't seem weak acting to me. I know that guy.
Yeah.
So to me, it really felt pretty real. And then I like this movie. I liked one of the things I did like about the club scene, and I'm going to say this because I'm an old man now, but I felt like in the 80s that like when we went out and did stuff, we were trying to be older,
Yeah.
right? Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
bartended for 30 years. So I see a generation behind me and they come out and they want to dance and they dress as a banana and it's just weird. And like, they draw so much attention to themselves where we were all much cooler in the background, trying to pretend we were 25 when we were really 18 going to clubs.
Yeah.
And I like how smart these folks were. Like everyone in the movie was really like that scene where Hardy Jens comes in and he's painting her picture and they have that interaction where Jens is trying to con him into coming to the party.
Yeah.
And just the way he kind of maneuvers around that dialogue that he knows, but he's still going to talk, I like how smart they were. Like everyone, Watts, so smart.
Yeah.
And John Hughes wrote a lot of characters like that where they were adults in high school,
Yeah.
And I love it.
You're right. Like the dialogue is really, really clever but yet they remain believable. Like you look at those characters and
Right.
as you said, you're like, oh yeah, I know, 5 or 10 people that were like that in high school. But the club scenes, I was literally saying to Nat earlier, made me like super wish that was still a thing or that I had that kind of experience. Like we went clubbing, but way younger than we should have. But clubbing was very much like dress
also,
up,
legal age
dance.
is 18 in
Legal
Montreal,
age is also-
so definitely
We were
younger
definitely
than
younger.
most Americans.
But the
Well,
club
we'd go
vibe,
see. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the club vibe in like a John Hughes movie seems just like this cool like after school hangout spot. Yet it's like
Live
it's very
bands
adult,
and-
as you said, where it's like a live band. It's where like they all hang out, but they're like smoking and like casually drinking, but in like a very cool, like in like what I would do now as a 40 something.
Right.
And like so
Well, and that's
it's kind of nice. Like I don't know. I know it's wrong, but it was kind of a nice feel.
But we were kind of cool about it. Like I remember getting
Yeah.
caught by my junior high school principal in a bar, but we weren't drinking. We just came to see the band.
Yeah.
We snuck in through the kitchen actually. And then, we were all kind of in like, well, my friends and I were in this Kerouac, like beatnik phase. So we thought we were going to be writers and poets and stuff.
Yeah.
So we would go to clubs and see bands a lot like that. Like that's really how
Yeah.
my high school and under 21 age was, I mean, there was some drinking too, but most of it was really going to see art all the time.
I'm also
very arty.
kind of a big believer. I not argue about this often, but so growing up in Canada and especially in Montreal, the drinking age is much younger. So it's
A
18.
suggestion.
It's 18 and not
Sorry.
21.
Oh, yeah.
It's also very much a suggestion because it's a very
Like
European culture.
16.
Yeah, but I think that there is something to be said for the idea of like when we went out to a club or a bar or to see a band or whatever else, like we couldn't afford more than one drink even if we wanted one,
Right.
and we somehow got one. We're able to convince someone to give us one, and B, like there is no way a bartender was letting us get drunk. Like so like we were done. Like A, couldn't afford it, and B, like cut off versus the sort of house party culture that exists later than my generation, and also is much more popular in the States, where it's just harder, I
Right.
think, to less culturally acceptable to get out.
It's
and
in
doing these
every
things.
teen movie.
It's in every teen movie, right? Where there's
all this like
crazy
high
house
school
parties.
binge drinking and like jumping off
Right.
roofs into pools
Yeah.
and like
Yeah, that was
Like,
just like
say
not
anything.
a thing. Not a thing in my high school experience, and definitely not in my.
we
even
didn't
in
need
college
that. And like
experience.
the culture here and in certain parts of Canada it's I mean, North America is an immigrant continent, right? So like we're all new here, let's be honest.
Mhm.
And
Right.
but there's a lot of Europeans in Montreal, a lot, and like you grow up having a little like you'll have like a little thimble of wine with dinner like at 8. You know, like it's not unheard of. Like it's just
Yeah, we
part
don't
of
get that here.
being a little European, you know? Like it's not like when we reach our legal drinking age, it's not
It's kind of boring at that point.
it's not too old. It's not something that we go out and like we don't binge drink often because it's not something that's as frowned upon or restricted or you know. So it's a very different culture than what we see.
Yeah. Go America.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're a wee bit backwards, guys, but it's okay.
Right.
We're here
It
for
is.
you.
It's
So what
So-
what makes this one such a like a beloved movie for you? Obviously, like you have your nickname from this. This was like you were like, let's do this movie, which I love because it was totally the perfect time for us anyway. But what is it about this movie that just like stays with you?
So I think I like the underdog getting the girl, right? And getting the right girl this time. Like I like Ducky winning. I'll never think of
Yeah.
it any other way than that now.
Oh, 100%.
And it's a great soundtrack,
Oh,
right? Like the
yeah.
music overall is really well done. I mean, that Flesh from Lulu song, I think I learned to play the guitar to play REM tunes, but it wasn't, it was exactly what I was listening to at the time, you know, like Flesh for Lulu and Lick the Tins only had really that one song,
Yeah.
but
I was gonna say, I'm
still
like, I love
pretty
their,
amazing.
their cover of that song.
Yeah.
like it still comes up when people say, name a cover song that's as good as the original. And that's one of
That's
mine.
it.
that I think.
That's
I think
the one.
Natalie Merchant's Peace Train by Cat Stevens, that's a great cover. Like it's
Yeah.
just as good as the original to me. And I liked Eric Stoltz a lot. But I mean, again, really sold on Mary Stuart Masterson. It's hard not to emphasize that enough. How much I would have hated Madonna in this role.
I
'Cause-
mean, other than our collective crush on Watts, I think Madonna could have done well, but I'm glad she wasn't the
I'm
one
glad
who
she
did it.
wasn't the one who did it.
right.
Do you know that?
And also she trended that whole like cropped pixie
Oh,
bleached
yeah.
hair thing.
Perfect.
I'm like, my mom's like, we are not bleaching your hair. That's ridiculous. You're a kid.
You're like, but please,
Right.
I
like,
wanna
but
be
mom.
Yeah. She also
Right,
learned
and
how to play the
again,
drums for this role, which I think is
Right.
awesome. Like even that is completely
looks real.
badass. Yeah, it was. Like she was all in on that. Also, I feel like I will say, as someone that grew up as the tomboy and like had predominant, other than Nat, had like almost entirely all male
but we were
best
both
friends
tomboys,
and close
Katie.
friends. I will say that like I also felt like it was really believable in how everyone treated her. Like I feel like again, if you compare like Watts to Ducky is like almost, you don't really see him actually interacting hardly at all with anyone else at the school. Like he's just friends with her and like and Iona and kind of everyone in Andy's world. Whereas I feel like Watts has like connection points with other people at the school and has like negative and positive experiences, but like the entire her feeling uncomfortable in her body and uncomfortable as a tomboy, even though she's stunning, like feeling like, her breasts aren't big enough or she's not,
Right.
she's wearing the boxers instead of like the women's underwear, like, and and the lesbian comments, like, I feel like that is very, like, as someone
Yeah.
who grew up as a tomboy, like all of that is very believable in how people treated her.
Well, even as a guy, and look, I was raised by women, so I feel like I have a strong feminine side. That's why my wife married me, I'm pretty sure. I like to shop. I love show tunes. I don't watch
Perfect.
sports. But I'll still throw you to get in a fight at a Jimmy Buffett concert. So, it's It's
a
a
balancing act.
it's an interesting mosaic that
Buffet.
I've got going on here. But that scene when she's in the locker room, I don't care if you're a boy or girl, like everyone knows that feeling, right?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you don't have as much money, whether it's my boxers or her boxers, you see what everyone else has got and you don't have that, you know. I mean, I felt her pain in that room.
Yeah.
Although at the time, my friends who were girls were wearing boxers,
I know,
and I
it
thought it was
very cool.
So
Yeah.
It was so cool. I wore men's boxers. Like we wore men's boxers or pajama pants as outdoor clothing. Like,
right.
it was a thing.
I do
Which
love
apparently is
that.
back. I've seen kids walk around in the plaid pajama pants like
Perfect.
at the high school
Yep.
near me. I'm like, I love this.
Yes,
I'm like,
it's
I love
back.
that it's back. Also, it looks
But that-
terrible, but I love it.
And that's I think John Hughes, I mean, obviously he's a genius, but what he does, and I see it now, and my kids notice it too, is we talked about it a little bit, but the dialogue seems real, right? It didn't sound like an adult writing for kids. It wasn't corny. And all of his movies, like every now and again, something slips in somewhere, but overall, everything everyone says feels like something you've said, right?
Yeah.
And all these movies take little pieces of our lives, like The Breakfast Club. You know, those 5 kids are kind of an amalgamation of how we all feel, right? It's 5 parts of us, and
It's
and I
shown
do
in
think
almost
that's
every psych class. Like
Yeah.
every psych
Right.
101 class shows the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
yeah, and that is Breakfast Club is an absolutely perfect film. I wouldn't change one line, one scene, anything in that. And Some Kind of Wonderful for me, Eat Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, even though it's goofy, Christmas Vacation. I mean, they're almost perfect films. All, you know, really.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. It made me feel when I was a kid. It just made me, I was on screen when I was watching it.
I found like John Hughes always has sort of this class, these class wars, right? And her wearing the boxers, and it's implied that she has like older brothers, but she doesn't really have anybody that's ever home.
Yeah.
Like they don't
Right.
complain
She's
that she's
isolated.
drumming. She has nobody to eat with.
Mhm.
It just showed like she probably got these as hand-me-downs,
Mhm.
and like nobody's there to buy her girl stuff like a bra or underwear. Like, and she doesn't have the money because she's a teenager to go out and buy herself stuff. So I found like that scene was like, it shows that awkward teen thing in a locker room, but also really like highlights the different classes in the movie that
Well,
that's a popular-
and because too, it's like we all do, you know, I mean, she comes across as very confident, and she certainly knows who she is, right? Like she's got a pretty good compass
She
on
holds her
what's
own.
going on. But underneath that, we're all fragile, right? It's like Facebook. You know, if you look at my Facebook, oh, please adopt me. Well, I got issues, right? There's stuff going on. You don't, it's a curated view
It's a curated,
of what I do, right? And that's the thing, is we all feel insecure, and looking back at friends that, you know, high school as it filtered out, you know, I some of the people I didn't like in high school and certainly didn't like me, you know, now we get along and you find out what they were going through at the time. Like this real quick, there was this guy, he was a bully. I won't say his name, and I don't even know if he's alive anymore.
Call him
but
out. No,
he was so mean.
Yeah.
And right. And it was the 80s, and he was so mean. Like he would hold me on the bus until the last bus stop, and I'd have to walk home. He was terrible. And he was so much taller than me. It was awful. And then I left, you know, I saw him in a bar, and maybe I was 21 or 22, and he's like, hey, let me buy you a beer. I'm like, no, I hate you. And now he was a
not
lot
friends.
shorter than me.
Yeah.
Right, we are not friends. And he's like, why? And I'm like, you were mean, you were awful. And he just burst into tears and started telling me about his parents going through this terrible divorce. And I'm like, okay, all right, here, come and get a hug. You know, so even Hardy Jens may have had a redeeming side that, you know, they chose not to show in this movie, but his parents were in Europe. They weren't around. Who knows what was going on with that guy?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's a really good point. I mean, and even Duncan's character is like a great kind of representation of that as well, where it's like people are never quite what they seem, and there's always sort of the potential to win people over, or like John Hughes was absolutely brilliant at character development, as we've been saying all the way through, but also like all of the background characters, like every character has a story, and all of them are interesting. Like even the guy with Watts in that scene we were talking about earlier, where he's like flirting with her and he pushes her car back, like everything about that is even believable. Like I had a friend like that in high school, where he was just like would do anything for me and was ridiculous, and I was just kind of like, it's never gonna happen. And it was like, so all of those moments are also believable and interesting, and you kind of want to know more about a lot of these characters.
Yeah.
The blonde girl that Hardy Jens is cheating on her with.
Yeah.
I mean, she has no lines.
No, yeah.
Or maybe she says okay or something. But I mean, you know her.
thing.
Like
Yeah.
you know that little girl just from what they did with her.
Yeah.
You know
Trust
she's
is the
younger,
basis
you know
for
she's
any
posturing for a social position,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
The one thing with Eric Stoltz at the beginning when they're first walking into school and Duncan's there and he's harassing them and he responds to him in French and I'm like, you don't want to get beat up yet.
Right.
Like, you know.
But I always liked that he jumped right into Mary Stuart Watts's
Oh,
defense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like as
well,
soon as he
because
called
she
her a
was
lesbian
being
and touched her.
Yeah.
she was
he
being
came at him. I
sexually
love it.
harassed.
Yeah. She was
That's-
definitely
Right.
sexually harassed.
That's actually like an arrestable offense, but
Yeah,
I guess
and
it was the
times have
80s.
changed that if I'd have had cigarettes and liquor in school, I'm pretty sure it would have been more than just a quick detention.
Or literally rips the
God, yeah.
desk apart. I was like, where is the teacher in this detention? I love that scene, but you're like,
gone.
okay.
probably
sure.
out back having a
Yeah,
smoke.
out back
Let's
having a
be
smoke.
honest.
Well, right, and that's the other thing that shows. I think shows Leah Thompson's, Amanda Jones' little depth there is that she is absolutely manipulating the teacher, the bald guy. Oh, I love the way you
driver's
wear your
ed.
hair.
Yeah.
All the girls say, and I mean, so she's culpable, right? Like she's not like no one's innocent, right?
Yeah.
Like Eric Stoltz
Yeah.
was using her, and maybe Watts, but she didn't have a whole lot of bad qualities to her. But
Eric Stoltz didn't realize he was using her at first. Like he just wanted to go on a
He
date
took
with her
a
because he
shot,
has
yeah.
this
right,
idealized version of her. He never got to know her.
Yeah.
But that happens all the time. It's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
right,
I mean, that's dating, I guess, but
that's
Yeah.
true.
Oh,
but then he did get to know her on the date, and it seems like if there was no Watts, they actually could have hit it off because they did
Yeah.
have some like really hard truth conversation
Right.
on their date.
Yeah, it
even though
wasn't
the
a
date
bad-
was ridiculous.
started badly, but then
The date would have made me so
redeemable.
uncomfortable.
So
Dear
uncomfortable.
God.
It was so much. It was so much. It would have.
It was
been
too much.
A lot. An absolute lot.
I love how guys have this like I'm going to woo her sort of
Ugh.
thing, but like go way over the top, and it's like it's always what guys think that girls would want. Like it's how guys
know why?
picture girls will be wooed, not how girls
We
want
are-
to be wooed.
It's so creepy, and it's Say Anything's fault. Like Say
Oh, yeah.
Anything
It's
did
Say
that to
Anything's
us.
fault, yeah.
So we
John
because
Cusack in the 80s.
Yeah.
if you hold a radio outside of a girl's window, they're going to call the
911.
police, and they should. Right, exactly. That is stalker, psycho behavior. And I tell my daughters that I'm like, look, guys, I'm just telling you, like, we don't know. We think what we're doing is so romantic, and it's so awful. It's
The
so bad.
patriarchy has failed men the most.
Yes.
Like, yes,
So much.
violence against women has gone up like 70% globally. Like, yes, we're in a bad, very dangerous position, but like the only people that are really hurt, because women are like, no, we're over it. We see what the patriarchy's done. We're done. Like, we're over it. But men are, you guys, you need a really
Now,
big hug. Like,
Y'all can be confusing as well, because I will say and I love the theme out of that, because in high school it was so true. Girls wanted the worst guys.
Yeah.
Like you
Yes.
knew these guys were terrible, and this girl's nice and she's sweet and she's pretty and she's dating this horrible person, and you're like, but I'm so nice.
And
Well,
she-
you're too nice. I'm going to be your friend.
She knows that actually is like I mean
Yes and no.
a cliche, but also like it is upsetting as you're watching this movie, because you're like, oh come on, like you're smarter than that. Like you've now watched him cheat on you in front of you a number of times, and she does. She ends up standing up for herself and leaving him, but not like entirely. And the friend is like, oh, she's just upset. She'll be good back to you. Like, you're a terrible friend.
Right.
Like, that is a terrible friend to not be completely supporting. Completely just supporting your friend and getting her out of that. That's like a horrible. You're right on that one. It's a horrible. I will say the one
It's like-
romantic date in a movie that is like a healthy romantic date that I always like, other than the Say Anything moment, is from 10 Things I Hate About You, where they do that paintball game. And I was like, this date,
Yeah.
it lives in my mind as like the coolest, most
Rent-free.
romantic thing that someone could do in a teenage date scenario. Or heck, an
Or in
adult.
Well, and we don't
Serendipity.
know.
Serendipity when they just walk around the bookshop.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
10
Oh,
out
yeah.
of 10.
Perfect. 10 out of 10. Yeah.
Also, like
We just
girls
don't-
aren't that confusing. Just pick up a book.
Books. Yeah, most of us
Pick
are
up a
into books.
romance book written by a woman.
Yeah.
There you go. All your answers. Boom, boom,
But
boom.
again, I was raised by women. I felt like I
I
just screwed it
I
up. I don't even know how my wife stuck around. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I did right or what I did wrong. I think it was
No.
just blind luck.
No,
Maybe
you're-
persistence a little bit
do
without
do right
being.
thing.
You're a nice guy.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, girls like guys who like for themselves, not for who they think they should be. Like I've had friends even say like, "Oh, my girlfriend dumped me because she doesn't like this, this, and this about me, and she wanted me to change." I'm like, that's not the right person for you.
Yeah,
Like,
wrong. Incorrect. Yeah.
and it goes for any gender. Like if somebody's like, "Well, I want you to change the following laundry list of stuff," like then no, next. Like,
Exactly.
that's-
Exactly. These are some great fun facts coming in from Paul. So Paul says even the character played by Elias is named Duncan in the film, he was credited as Skinhead in the end credits.
I saw that.
Which is
I was gonna
ridiculous.
say
So-
the guy with the skinhead. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, but he wasn't a skinhead. I'm like, but it was the 80s. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I guess
That
he
was the
an
thing.
80s
Which
He was.
skinhead, yeah.
it's a bad topic nowadays.
Yeah.
But oh,
Yeah.
But you're right. I
Poor
saw that too.
Elias.
And on his IMDb, it's labeled as skinhead. I'm like, really? He was.
he
he
has
was-
a name.
And he also has like a
Everything
pretty defined
he's-
character arc. Like
Right.
he's actually a pretty big character in the movie. which is-
Everything
I
he
have
says
to
is a home
say-
run.
Yeah.
I have to say, there was this whole thing, especially like early 90s here, where if you wore Doc Martens, you got expelled. If you shaved your
Oh.
if you shaved your head, detention or expulsion possibly. Like if there was any
Okay.
kind of a breath of you might be a skinhead, you were out. Like
So-
you letter home to your parents, parent teacher conference.
We got to wear Docs because I was into punk rock, right? Like I kind of went like punk rock and then like the Cure, REM, Smiths, and then back around. But so I've been wearing Docs since I was in like 7th grade and
Yeah.
no problem.
I
But
have my
I
9
still wear them.
still. Like yeah. But
Yeah. But now it's the shoelaces. So I got some red shoelaces and
right.
and I wore them for like 2 months, and then somebody mentioned, like as a friend, said something to me about what it meant. And I'm like, what are you talking
It's like,
about? And
you're
so
a
I looked it up, and sure
neo-schmaltzy.
enough, yeah.
Like,
And so the only
schmaltzies
color
have red laces.
I can wear is purple because purple supports trans and gay pride.
Oh,
So that's the
that's
only
also
one that's positive. Every other color has some negative
Oh.
connotation.
That's so
like the
I
frustrating.
just
purple's
have
the
the
only
original
positive.
laces in it. I think it's just
They're
black on
okay.
black.
Yeah, you're allowed to
didn't-
wear those, or the yellow and black ones.
Yeah, the
that a
yellow
lot
and
of
black
them
ones.
come with.
Yeah.
Aw.
But I had no idea.
I hate
wasn't
that.
trying to make a statement. They're just
No,
comfortable.
it's a whole thing now. They are so comfortable. Once you break them in, oh.
Oh my God.
More facts.
And they
when
last
coming
forever.
in.
But I got my Doc Martens when I had my grown up money. Like with my first job, I
Right.
was like, and I'm
Perfect.
buying Doc Martens because
Perfect.
like, because yeah, we weren't allowed to have that in high school. It was a thing. And I remember later
that's a good one.
generations had like the jelly bracelets, and
Oh, yeah.
then there's every generation has something that is banned in high school
Right.
because it's bad behavior.
Yeah. Yeah. Paul was saying that most of the extras in this film play the bad kids in the detention scene weren't thugs at all. They were football players from the various high schools in the area. They were chosen because they could
That's
tower
funny.
over the actors and actresses and look menacing.
I'm like, that makes sense why
Yeah.
that blonde guy with the long hair and beard was that big.
Yeah.
He was a linebacker.
Exactly.
That's why.
Exactly. And Kathy is saying
I liked,
that Easy A owes its success to these movies. Yeah, these like the
Yes.
John Hughes like high
Right.
school movies, like, of which there are a ton, as we've just mentioned, that like they really defined like teen movies going forward. I can't think of a movie that has come out since then that has not had
What's
some
the
level
origin
of
of teen movies?
I don't know. Yeah, were
Is
it's
it-
like were teen
I'm
movies
like-
a big thing
Ooh.
before? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. We'll
I
have
mean,
to look
like
that
there
up.
was
Well, I
Bugsy
feel like-
Malone.
Oh my God, I can't believe you know that movie.
Oh yeah, we did that.
Katie
one.
and I
My
covered that
daughter
for
would
the
be
pod.
so thrilled.
I'm obsessed with
She
that movie.
loves that movie. I had the soundtrack when I was I saw
I have it
that
on
in the
vinyl.
theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm obsessed.
You're my new
I
hero.
have it
We
on.
just became best friends.
We are obviously. I have it on Betamax. Okay. So,
Oh my God.
Yeah. I still have my Betamax machine.
My daughter loves that movie, and her favorite movie is Xanadu. Which
all
Oh,
right.
that is such a good one
All
too.
right.
That is crazy. People did drugs when they made this movie, obviously.
It's
and
so
I
good
love
though.
it.
It's one of my, we watch it twice a year.
That's awesome.
Bugsy Malone. Wow, you really
Bugsy
threw me off.
Malone. We
But
did
I
that
feel
one.
like
It was good.
I feel like in the 70s, right? Like when I was born in 71, and towards the late 70s coming up, teen movies were all like Porky's. It was like a
Oh,
reason
right.
to show
That's true.
boobs.
Yeah.
Like they were all
Yeah.
like Hot Dog the movie. It was horrible ski movie and then
Yeah.
some boobs.
Yeah.
Like it was
Yeah.
just a reason to do
Like-
that. And then
Male
Like
midriff
Yeah.
and boobs.
right. And then the 80s, I feel like it got arty. Like again, I feel like
Yeah.
as an 80s kid, we read a lot. You know, we were into books. We were into, we really wanted to be artists or poets or something,
Yeah.
right? And so John Hughes, his movies are art, right? Like, I mean, they're
are.
cool. They're
Yeah.
cool movies. And so I feel like teen movies got cool then. And then I don't know what happened in the 90s. I'm not sure.
Oh, there was great teen movies in the
There were good
90s,
teen
but there's
movies
a
in the
lot
90s,
of Shakespeare reinterpreted as a
Yes.
teen movie.
Right?
That was the 90s.
Maybe Rebel
was-
Without a Cause. Would that be the first teen movie?
That's a good
Oh,
point.
maybe. Yes.
We're gonna have to look it up,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have to look it up and get
Yeah,
yeah.
now I'm curious.
And now
Yeah.
I'm
I'm like,
curious.
now I'm going to obsessively.
All right,
deep
live
dive
studio
this when
audience,
we
help
log
us
off
out.
later.
Quickly.
We will do an
Google search.
Right.
episode about the origin of the teen movie.
Origin of the teen movie.
What about all those beach movies?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Beach Blanket Bingo
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
Doctor
Like,
whatever and the Bikini Gold
Elvis.
Trap, all those.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
The
and all
Elvis
the Elvis
movies.
movies. Yeah. Yeah,
Which
so
I
maybe
have.
maybe they've always been
I have
around
some of those.
to some extent.
Yeah. It just occurred to me because I'm like, a teen movie for me is like, it takes place in high school. And then I'm like, well,
You're-
that's stupid.
You're right, because I was just watching this thing about MGM and they were talking about how it went through its thing. I do a lot of hand gestures that no one can see. But they were
Same.
talking about how MGM turned off like Katharine Hepburn and those guys and Cary Grant and went for Elvis looking for a youth crowd for the
Yeah.
movies. Like there was you're probably right. Elvis is probably the right at the genesis of the teen movie.
Imagine
Movies made for
Elvis is
kid off.
Yeah.
Elvis is the origin of the teen movie.
Perfect.
My aunt would love that. My aunt was obsessed with Elvis. She was so in love with Elvis, and she was a teacher in elementary school. So
Every gift
like,
is Elvis.
every
teacher
gift
yeah.
since the 60s
Mhm.
was something Elvis. I have so much Elvis memorabilia. Like, it's insane. But anyways.
That's always whenever somebody like, and I try not to be an old guy, but anytime something comes up, I'm like, my wife will say something like, well, Elvis at one time was the devil. Like at one point in time, they
Yes.
thought that guy
Yeah.
should be banned,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He was the
Well,
he
his
was the
hips.
Doc Martens of the 50s, right?
He moved his hips like that. That's devil's work.
Exactly.
It was Devil's Work.
And now
And the-
you hear him in Target.
yeah.
The Johnny Cash
Oh, yeah.
movie implied that Elvis was the reason that Johnny Cash got into drugs and alcohol in the first place.
Yeah.
Which I'm
Right.
like, wow, throwing shade really hard at Elvis. Poor man's dead, can't defend himself, but whatever.
Yeah.
Or is he?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he's not. we
I did
don't
like,
know.
and I learned for tonight, I learned about the Watts and Keith were Rolling Stones names. I never put
I
that
was just
together.
about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, the
That's a
Oh,
cool
Keith.
fact.
well, they play they
Right.
also play the Amanda Jones song, like
Yeah. Right.
in the movie itself. So yeah, you're right. The soundtrack is like clever in this one. Not only is it a good soundtrack, but it's also thoughtful and clever in how it's done, which I really enjoyed.
Right.
And you were mentioning earlier
The only thing
all the fashion, like also all the fashion in this one, which is
Yes.
somewhat, I guess, similar to Pretty in Pink, but all of that, the fashion this time around was inspired by real LA street fashion. Apparently John Hughes wanted Watts to look like she drove herself to set on a motorcycle that she built from scraps. And I
she
think
looked
that's
great.
hilarious.
Yes.
I just think so for my prom, I got talked into wearing it was very 80s, like a waistcoat. I looked like a waiter. Like I thought I was Prince, or I thought it was something like from this movie, and
Yeah,
it just
hold on
looked
to that.
dumb looking
Yeah,
back.
no, don't look back.
Right.
Just hold on to the
It's-
feeling.
But I didn't wear sport coats to school, and we didn't do the soup bowls on our arms like so many people talk about. I didn't wear my collar up. I never had that, that look going that everybody shows.
I had a
In polos.
uniform,
That was
so-
more like from the Valley, wasn't it? Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
popped polo collar and which Valley Girl, that's another one we need
Yeah,
to do,
it's
Katie.
another one. I know
Oh,
we're
yeah.
never. The show goes
That
on
one
forever.
is wild.
The one
There's
thing
so
I will
many good
say
ones.
about this show is inevitably I'm talking with someone and they're like, Katie, have you and Nat done this movie yet? And they name like some wildly popular movie from the 80s or 90s. I'm like, no. but we have done Bugsy
So-
Malone. So we're
I
moving
love
along.
it. I love that movie. I love the whipped cream guns. So if this is any litmus on how it works, so my kids love Some Kind of Wonderful, love Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, all the John Hughes
Yep.
stand up or hold up really well. They would not watch Valley Girl. I could not get them
Okay.
the whole way through the movie. And I loved that as a kid.
There
loved
are
it
I saw
too,
that in a
but
theater.
what I like about it, and it could just be that I was a teen in the 90s,
Mm.
it's like that whole Valley, like clueless,
Clueless vibes,
vocal
yeah.
fry. It's just such a pop cultural reference for us
Yeah.
that maybe your kids are just like, nobody does that anymore.
Yeah, it'll
they
be
just don't. They just
interesting.
didn't get that one.
It'll be
Mind you,
interesting
I think
to
the
see.
Kardashians speak like that, but
Right.
we're over them. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel that way watching. Like, I haven't got to the point where my kids are old enough to see some of these ones yet, I think. But but I will say that I have had that experience with like a few of the movies that I thought were like phenomenal, and they were like, okay, why are we watching this? So
Well,
there's definitely ones where some of it is like cultural, and then and trapped in its kind of time, and then some of it is. So yeah, I mean,
storytelling changed
some of it is
too.
but then there are movies that like are very of a particular time that they have absolutely loved, even though like, it's filled with like references that they would never ever get. I mean, they loved Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and that one, like, I mean, I guess again, John Hughes, it sort of stands by itself, but it is very like of a particular time. Like there are no cell phones, or like things today would have stopped or saved that experience from happening. And
we did that with TV shows. Like they loved Dick Van Dyke Show. They loved Gilligan's Island,
yeah.
Brady Bunch. And then like, oh my gosh, he has Parkinson's now. Why? Oh my God, Michael J. Fox,
Michael J.
his
Fox,
show.
yeah.
Spin
Spin
City?
City.
What was, nope, before that. When
Family
Keaton's. Family Ties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't like that. That did not work. I know.
Interesting.
You know,
And I
I've gone
loved that
back.
show.
I've gone back and watched some of those like iconic sitcoms from that period because I loved them growing up, and they don't register the same.
Yeah, some of them
Silver
some of
Spoon.
them
And
are
I
okay,
can't
and
quite
some are
put my
not.
finger on it.
Yeah.
It's like some episodes are good, but I was like, really, we just sat and watched this? Like all like,
Yeah.
who's the boss?
Right.
Not super rewatchable, to be fair. Like it's
Yeah.
No,
not
it's
Golden
weird that
Girls.
It's
it's not
not- yeah.
MASH.
Golden Girls.
Like,
held
those
up.
are
Family
really
Ties had
magical.
such Family Ties had such good moments, right? Like it was well written, it was it had a lot of good themes to it, but it didn't work.
It doesn't
And
work
yet Gilligan's
anymore.
Island was a big hit.
Yeah.
The Brady Bunch was a big hit.
Yeah, you're right. I think it probably does come down
But those
to
are
like
so
storytelling.
those are so
and-
weird that I could see that they would still hit.
Yep. I could see that.
Yeah, I spent Friday night watching the Gong Show, so you don't really want to, which is awesome. But they did a new version with Mike Myers because I was asking my wife, I'm like, why don't they remake this? And then I found out why, because I watched it with Mike Myers. Like, yeah, it was a once in a lifetime thing. There was no way.
Well, Kathy thinks we need a Michael Beck block. Warriors,
Done.
Xanadu. Done, Kathy.
I love
Just for
both
you.
those movies.
Come out and play.
Just for you and Nat. Just for you and Nat. Well, I can't believe it, but we've somehow made it again to a full hour. So we need to rate this one. So if you're hanging out with us in live studio audience and you've seen this one, throw in what you would rate it. You
How
have
many
to rate this one in
drumsticks?
potatoes because I guess you could
Or
do
taters.
drumsticks, but this one is the Tater Tot movie. So we definitely could rate it in that. You could rate it in all different kinds of things. We didn't talk about the Tater Tot line. So do you want to say what it is and where and
Yeah.
share that
So
moment
we-
with us before we can't close that in.
So when they find out that the breakfast scene where Keith has got this date and the middle sister can't believe it's true and says that, she says later the girl is sex, but she says, and my brother, the human tater tot, which just real quick, I was at a church retreat and we were people bowling in the hallways, which is where people line up and you roll a
Oh, yeah.
basketball at them. And I rolled a gutter ball Oh, you know, good. And I rolled a gutter ball, and this guy Eric DePaul said, my buddy, the human tater tot, and I was 16, and that stuck forever.
I love
and
it.
I've been Tater ever since.
I love
that's
it.
amazing.
Tater tot was very formal. All from this
Tater Tot
stupid
is a
movie.
formal name.
I had always had the impression so tater tots are not massively popular in Canada. Or maybe just not in Montreal. Like they exist, you can find them.
Yeah.
Not easily always.
I
like
love tater tots.
Oh, but a tater tot poutine.
Oh yeah, that would do.
It's so crunchy. It holds because they stay crispier with all the gravy on top. It's really good.
I
had
find
a
tater
tater tot
tots are like
poutine. It's
bland
pretty good.
French fries.
You can do
So
them well.
that's what I
Maybe.
thought.
They can be
That's what I
bad
thought
and
the
they can be
insult
done
was.
well.
Right.
No, a homemade like fresh tater tot. Yes,
You're right though.
I've had delicious
that probably
ones.
is what the insult is that like a potato
Like
is
they're bland
Yeah.
potatoes
Yeah.
Right. It could be.
because they're usually not.
And I've been
seasoned.
forced to live with it.
Yeah.
Well,
Poor
I
you.
think it's a great. You should just turn that around. I think it's a great name. Nickname.
Yeah.
Well,
take it
it's-
back.
There's that
It seems
diner.
like such a dumb redneck name. Like, hey, Tater, what are you? You know, I mean, and then there's Tomater, and then everybody's like, oh, if you were high, you'd be a baked potato, and if you were really high, you'd be twice baked, and if you were gay, you'd be a sweet potato. Hey, Tater, you're all right. Like I've heard, like I already have a dumb
that's
nickname.
amazing.
Do you really need to add to it? Can't we just go with the stupid nickname and ride it out?
I think it's
Like my
I
class
think
ring
it's
said Tater on it.
fantastic. I think it's absolutely fantastic.
I don't have an identity tied to it. I love my name, Sean. I think it's great. My wife won't call me Tater.
I
But
like.
She's like,
I
I'll
like
pass.
Tater. I mean, we called both Katie and I called our younger brothers Spud.
Spud.
like
Yeah,
most
both of
of
our
their
brothers
lives.
are Spud. Yeah,
Still do.
I think overall, more people call me Tater than call me Sean.
perfect.
Oh.
So I've just leaned into it.
I think it's great, and I will say like that. I don't know. I love the sister in this movie, and I think she's fantastic as again like just a really
Oh,
well written side
Did he
character.
not tell you about
plays-
our ancestral estate in Scotland and our apartment in Paris?
Like you
He's so
delusional
modest.
little shit.
The lines in this are so great, but that scene.
She plays younger siblings.
She plays
so
younger
well.
sibling perfectly. But that scene with the like again, shout out to like just the best possible parents. Like I feel like the family dynamic in this movie is just really, really well done. Like and felt very believable. Where
Oh,
like
yeah.
the dad is like just trying to be like, you know, just wanting his son to have like an experience that he didn't have. But even you have the like when the sister comes down and she's like going on and on about how she's got this bruise on her arm because he grabbed her because she broke into the room. And this is hard as a parent, as I'm sure you know, but it's like you're like, okay, both of you are actually guilty on this, but we need to like punish
Right.
you or talk to you about this evenly. So there's no favoritism here. And I do like the parents did a really fabulous job in this. As a parent watching this, I was just like, well done, parents. Like they like spend time like taking a look at her arm and making a deal of it. But then they're also kind of like, well, you broke into the room. You can't go into his
At this
space.
point,
like,
If I wanted a tan, if I wanted to lay out, I could just not wear a bathing suit. You need glasses, Mom. She switches
Such
so
a good
fast.
line.
so good. The lines are so
I have to
great.
say, almost entirely off topic, but my favorite movie parents that win parenting in movies is A Christmas Story when the parents just have full glasses of
Oh
wine
yeah, Christmas.
at like
Oh, yeah.
6 a.m.
What do you mean? That's not normal.
Yeah.
We do that every Christmas. That's our.
What's wrong? What are you talking about?
But I was just, and it's because nobody mentions it in the movie. It's only if you noticed. And I'm like, yeah,
Right.
that's the parenting win of cinematic history.
Oh my gosh,
Because
I
that's
love
real.
it. I love it.
That's such a classic film.
Kathy is saying you need to have school lunch tater tots. They're the best. Paul is like, okay, he's sweet.
Yeah.
He's sweet tater. He's there with you. He's
Right.
owning that name. Well,
Love Sweet Tater.
I went with 4. I went with 4 on this one. I think it could be talked into 5. You think we need to come all the
I
way to
think-
5?
you know
Tater's like,
what?
what
My
the heck? You need
My
to be
5 is just
Here we go.
just
here we go.
the
Oh, no, it's
opening
hiding.
sequence.
Wait, here.
So I love the opening scene where she's playing the drums and it's just that music and that beat of the drums
Yeah.
and building and building and building this anticipation. So it's like, you know, something big is going to happen. Like the opening scene, that's a whole potato.
Well, once again, our
And if you-
rating system is just every movie is 5, and we never review
Emotional.
movies we don't like. But so welcome to the show. But I'm with you on it. We can go 5. We can go 5 for it.
It's definitely 5. It doesn't get the credit it deserves.
It doesn't
right?
get the credit it deserves. And I will say, I'm so glad that we did this episode. I'm so glad that I rewatched it because I had forgotten, like, I don't think I fully appreciate it until this watch and being kind of so close to watching Pretty in Pink. I was just like, oh no, this movie, like, this is a really good movie. This one holds
Right.
up. It's fabulous.
Me being
like,
smug as shit over here.
Yeah, not being smug.
Told
Fair
you
enough.
so.
I love a
30
Ducky.
years
That's
later.
why I was just like, if you had put like Ducky also in this movie and just like gave him some.
There's room for both of these
There's
movies.
room
Like
for
I
both of these
love
movies, yeah.
both of them. Like I love Pretty in Pink and I love this movie. I mean, they're both fantastic. This one's better, but I love them both. But only because of my name. I mean,
I might be with you on that one. Actually, I never thought that I would say that, but I really loved it this time around. I just really had an absolutely wonderful time rewatching it. So it has swayed me. You have swayed me.
I
Everyone
have
has swayed
always
me.
loved this movie, but I am diehard for the Kenny Ortega
Yes.
choreography that Ducky did his little dance scene
See,
with.
like-
Oh, yeah.
that
That's-
that
Watts could have
runs
played the
through my
drums
head
while Ducky
multiple times
danced,
a week.
and it would have been everything for me. we need just that moment.
I love John Cryer.
Oh,
He doesn't get enough credit in Hollywood. He's fantastic.
He is fantastic. And that one scene makes that entire movie for me. Like honestly, like the rest of the movie's okay. That one scene is everything. We've convinced everyone. Paul is saying that he really needs to rewatch it. Josh is saying that not yes, but not yet because it's Christmas time. He's got to work
Right.
his way through all the Christmas specials. Paul's going 5 as well. 5 drums, 5 potatoes.
Yay.
And everyone talking about shows that maybe wouldn't hold up. Murphy Brown is another one. Yeah, I haven't seen Murphy Brown in a while.
You know,
Home Improvement did not hold up for me. I tried rewatching that one, and I was
God,
like,
no.
oh no,
Oh.
Murphy Brown, I actually appreciate a lot more because I rewatched it when we were all in lockdown
Oh, okay.
for that blip, and it was really, really good and very, very witty, except all of the political references are so outdated that it makes it hard to watch.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I vaguely remember this about a different country, like about
Right.
politics in a foreign nation. I'm like, let me Google that.
Yeah.
So it's like, it took some, like, I had to be like, I don't
was
remember
work.
what
It was work.
happened in America then. But it was very witty, and Murphy Brown is, anyways, it was amazingly done. But yeah, it's a harder
A harder
watch.
yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, this was so much fun. Before we leave, Tater. I was about to call you Sean, but I'm gonna all in on Tater.
Either one is
I'm
fine.
gonna all in on
It's
Tater.
Tater.
You need to let us know about your podcast so that we can swing over and check it all out. It's the But Mostly Disney podcast. When do you?
That's right.
record?
And we do it live most Tuesdays at 7:30. And so we have a fun little chat room like this as well. It's a blast. And we talk about, it's mostly Disney, hence the name, right? But we can be distracted very easily. So if you just want something to do on a Tuesday night, you can come over and just try to derail us the whole night. And it'll be a blast because I don't really care where it goes. It's just fun to talk. So
I love it.
and I just got back from Disney. I just did some Christmas stuff. So on the YouTube channel of the same name, I should have the Festival of the Holidays up and Magic Kingdom, which was a
jealous.
blast. It's such a great time of year down there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I love it.
And it's been absolutely freezing here, so I am very jealous.
We're
it's-
having a massive snowstorm
huge
right
cold
now.
We-
but whatever.
We're getting ready to as well. So I literally pulled in about a half an hour before this, and it's going to snow tonight. So we'll be driving out in the snow tomorrow morning.
Oh well,
Drive safely.
Drive safely, and happy holidays. And thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll have to have you back again for more silliness.
Anytime. Yep, I love it. Thanks so much. Sorry to keep you later than your hour.
No, it's been so much
No.
fun. The time literally just disappeared. If you're still hanging out with us,
We're having fun.
exactly. If you're still hanging out with us in live studio audience, next week we are doing a special, different kind of episode. We have Moose coming on. We're going to talk all about collectibles, so all of the fun
Oh, I saw that.
stuff, and he has offered to do a giveaway, so you'll definitely have to hang out with us live in the audience for your chance to win some really cool collectibles, which I think will be really fun. And then after that, we are going back and doing a Disney movie. We're doing Emperor's New Groove, so I'm really excited for that
Ooh.
because it's
Pull the crank. Pull
that
the lever,
one
Chrome.
is so much fun.
We
Yeah.
love that movie.
And Moose is great. Moose is really smart. We had him on our podcast about collecting, and he's fascinating.
Oh,
so that'll be
awesome.
fun.
I'm
I
so
can't wait.
so thrilled that he was willing to come on, and I just think it's gonna be his every time he posts on social with like images of stuff that's in his space, I'm like, it's so cool. It just takes me right back. So yeah, I'm excited to share it all with everyone. Josh says he's also at the tail end of a snowstorm. Okay, everyone be safe. Drive safe, stay warm, stay cozy. Thanks, Caleb. You have a magical evening as well. I really appreciate everyone hanging out with us. And yeah, we'll see you next time. As we jump off, I'm going to put up our QR code. If you're listening, you can swing over to the VHS Club, the VHSclubpod.com/email. We will be doing our holiday watch party, and everyone has been voting for what we're going to watch. So make sure you get on the email list so that we can send you the link for our watch party, which is coming up next week. And yeah, we'll see you for the collectibles episode. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Yin and Matt, rocking the scene.